Italian Grand Prix. You find this tonight in Monza, the 11-turn track consisting of 3.6 miles. A firm favourite with Formula One fans worldwide. As always, is with me is Malk. Good evening, Malk. How are you?
You're alright, Craig. How you doing? I'm all good. How are you?
I'm very good. I'm very excited about tonight's race. We do have a full grid. We do have the return of an old colleague of ours, Sargent, who begins his performance career tonight. So looking forward to some exciting racing this week again. Carried on from Japan. Hoping for some more surprises. As always, the biggest surprise last week was, after a long run of bad luck, Saab finally secured a race win in the Ferrari last week. This week, I believe he is in the Red Bull. But Fascoen, who was unfortunate last week to receive one significant issue which ruined his race win, he does remain in the Ferrari. Do you think he's going to achieve the race win this week, Malk?
He's going to be kicking himself from last week, obviously, because I've never seen him drive like that. From us two watching him, throughout his performance career, I've never seen him drive like that, ever, in a Ferrari car, or Mercedes car, or any car that we've seen. But he did a magnificent performance. He was just really unlucky of what happened last week, so... Depending on the situations now, I think he'll be in the top half again, but I'll be very surprised if he mess up again tonight.
I think he's in with a strong chance of securing pole again. He did learn last week that it is possible in the Ferrari, and certainly the Ferrari is mighty with the long straights at Monza. Could sometimes struggle with a bit of understeer. Oh, and it's a wet qualifying, as we actually lost Betrayer as we went to track, so we could actually get a restart. We'll wait and see if Betrayer can rejoin the session, but we do have a wet qualifying session, so uncertainty added into the mix straight away, Malk.
It is definitely tonight. Everyone thought, let's have the dry Monza track. No. Let's have a little bit of a wet weather.
Certainly myself, I expected a dry qualifying, dry race, but no, the powers that be decided against it and will give us a wet qualifying. At least we're waiting to hear from the weather report what weather we'll have for the race, so we're hoping to have that information with you momentarily.
Yeah, well, hopefully we'll get that information coming in as soon as possible, but I'm just going to watch Sargent doing his actual first ever qualifying lap in the McLaren car in the Performance League as well. Oh, Makers, I think. Yeah, Makers has lost it there a little bit there, but hopefully it'll be all okay. Just wait and see what's going on now. But
what makes a wet qualifying even more interesting, Malk, that it will equalise the power difference between the cars. It's going to come down to driver skill.
Yes, definitely.
As KLC actually goes out early in the Sauber as well, so there could be an interesting battle developing between Sargent and KLC as a Mercedes goes off at Lesmo 2.
I think that was Makers. I think because he went wide. He went, broke himself on the first corner. Yeah, just after the pit entry. Pit exit. I'm not with it tonight. That's it.
It takes a while to get you going.
Yeah, that's what it does on a long day. That's it. Can I ask you a question here, Craig? How do you think Sargent will do tonight on his performance?
I think he'll be eager to make up for last night. He was unlucky to have issues with the wheel, which meant he suffered the unfortunate result of a race retirement. So I was speaking to him earlier today, and he's really eager to make up for it, and he's certainly keen to get his performance career off with a flying start.
Yes, I hope so as well, because it'll be very interesting to see if he can capitalise on joining with the elite crew of the Performance League. Which, don't get me wrong, this is the best group we've got tonight, and we've full grid as well, Craig. It's going to be very intense moments in the first corner.
Well,
Corners.
there's certainly going to be a lot of pressure on the run down to turn 1 with 20 drivers competing for space on the grid, and I'm hoping that we do go through turn 1 incident free and we do have a spectacular race.
This is the track, Craig, where we made our names on Monza. I think it was last season. Do you remember that 3-way battle on the last first corner?
Oh yes.
I expect a four-way battle going on, and I hope so, because we paid good money as the commentators to do this, to make all the shocks happen tonight. But as I said, old KLC has done a fastest lap of a 1:33.5. Do you think that's a good lap, or do you think they'll be a bit quicker?
I think it's a good opening lap, but I do expect to see quicker. Certainly from Sargent, we do know he's a quick driver, and we will find out in a second. And he goes a 1:34.4, so at the moment 9/10 down on KLC is MJ Coop. MJ Coop, after early difficulties joining the lobby, sets a 1:32.4, so very impressive from MJ Coop at the moment. But one driver I'll be keeping an eye on tonight is Meg Lugpay, who actually secured second in only his second online race. So yeah. I think he's certainly a dark horse and one to watch.
Yes, sorry. I do apologise, Craig.
Just as we speak there, Mark, Giuseppe sets a 1:31.6 on the intermediate tyres. Is this an indication that the track's actually getting drier? So track evolution could indicate that the track is improving, it's getting more rubbered in, and it's allowing drivers to go even quicker.
Yeah. Notorious has moved up to third. Mike's moved up to fourth. Spud's dropped down from third to fifth respectively quickly. So it'll be very interesting to see how the other guys are going to capitalise. I'm just going to watch Sab, the winner from last week. Oh God, that was close then. Someone from the Haas car avoided Sab there. So Sab will probably build up his lap in again.
Well, fast going, in the Ferrari, goes second with a 1:32.1, so he's currently 5/10 down on Giuseppe, currently in provisional pole. Giuseppe in the Force India, so it's a Force India Ferrari battle at the Monza track at the moment, with MJ Coop and Mercedes currently holding on to third. So we do have 16 drivers who've set a lap at the moment. Last week's race winner currently down in 16th with a 1:37.9. Currently in the Red Bull cars. We get yellow flags, sector 2. I believe that was for the Force India, making way for fast going as he comes through the Lesmos.
Yeah. This track also, Craig, is like. Sorry about that, Craig. I just had to interrupt there, but Sab went wide there, so that may compromise it. The other car that was on the side had to avoid it there, but as I was saying, sorry, with this track, especially at Ascari and some of the corners as well, you do get
sorry to interrupt there, Mark, but there's been an incident down at turn 1. Mike in the Williams, I don't know if he was just coming in on an in lap or he was going another hot lap, but a Mercedes actually exited the pits and made contact with each other at turn 1. So early incidents in the race, and we're not even at the race yet, we're still in qualifying.
It's just unbelievable here. Nitro? No. I don't know if it's our telemetry that's wrong, but seeing SS is in Supersoft. Is it me or is it the track getting better?
Well, although he's on the super softs, he's still in the garage. So is he anticipating a dry track? We have noticed that the rain has stopped. So I think drivers could be sitting with the dry compound on, just waiting to see if there's a dry racing line. Mike currently up in 5th. So the Williams driver Mike in 5th at the moment, with Nicky currently holding on to 4th, but championship hopeful Sir Spud down in 8th position, drops to... In fact, he's actually put it on pole!
Spud, where have you got that pole from? Oh my god. But I think some people will be on the super softs. I do apologise to deafen your ears there, Craig, but that was just an unbelievable time.
Yeah, Delange and Saab still in the pits, but they have actually put on the dry compound as well as Fascoen. So I think we're starting to see a dry racing line come on the track now. So drivers currently on the intermediates are going to have to come back into the pits pretty sharpish. We've got 3 minutes left in quali as a Ferrari just goes off track slightly ahead of Lesmo's to avoid the Red Bull of Sir Spud. Fascoen still remaining in the pit, so he's trying to give it as much time as possible for track evolution to take effect. Giuseppe's just attached the dry compound as well as MJ Coupe. Nitro looks to be the first driver on the dry tyre, actually on an outlap as he's coming round Ascari.
Oh, he went wide.
Oh yeah, went off track there and just caught a part of standing water there and started to lose rear traction. So is the track dry enough yet? We're going to find out soon enough once we start to see the sector times coming in. Free Tech on Twitch prediction that Fascoen will win the race, but Giuseppe will take pole.
I've just had confirmation from the chat thing. It's a cloudy race. I've been told.
It's going to be a bit overcast as KLC opts for the soft tyre rather than the super soft. So he's looking to go quicker at the end of the race. So Sir Spud still holding on to provisional pole by 1/10 over Giuseppe, as Giuseppe's actually out on an outlap on the super soft tyre.
I think Spud may drop right down here because there's about top 7, 6 of them are on the super softs tyre.
Nitro just loses the exit of the first Lesmo. Runs wide, loses back in, and managed to recover it, but how much time is he going to have lost?
We'll find out.
Nitro's just approaching Ascari, 29.0 sector 2. Is it quick enough to challenge the 1:31.5 by Sir Spud? He's got traffic ahead. He's going to hope for a good exit out of Parabolica, hoping to get on the power early across the pit line. Oh, Sir Spud puts it in pole, a 1:31.5. He's changing the soft tyre, but I think he's too late to actually come out of the pits. Nitro puts on pole. Nitro jumps up, takes pole 1:28.7, but we have Giuseppe currently attacking turn 1. So Giuseppe on a hot lap.
I'm just going to watch Fascoen. He might get this. I don't know. We'll find out. Oh my god. This is intense. We only got about another 25 seconds left.
Yeah, this is going to come down to who's actually the last driver on track. Who's going to do the Vettel? Who's going to do the Sebastian Vettel waiting to the last moment to start the qualifying lap to get the optimal dry line?
We'll find out.
As MJ Coupe just comes round Curve Grande, approaching the end of Sector 1, the Mercedes car on the super soft tyre sets a Sector 1 time of a 29.2. Nitro still holding on to provisional pole, a 1:28.7. Giuseppe approaching Ascari.
I'm just watching Pascal coming off the last corner now. It's 20 seconds.
He's currently down in 4th on a 1:32.1.
5, 4, 3, 2. Oh my god!
2 seconds quicker. So yeah, it did pay to be on the track at the end. Fascoen moves up to provisional pole. Caught Tactics in second, a 1:26.9. So disaster for Spud.
Top, Giuseppe's pole.
So disaster for Spud. He's dropping down the grid. He's opted to stay in the pits. Not enough time to come back out and have another go on the dry tyre. Disaster for Spud.
Yeah, but I'm going to watch Nicky now.
Last week's last week's race winner Saab up to 5th. So certainly in with a strong chance of the win tonight if he keeps his nose clean turn 1.
Oh my god.
So the Lange and the Saab, the Haas as you were saying there, Malk. Oh, Notorious!
Oh! No! Nicky! Oh my god!
Oh, KLC takes his Sauber up to 5th on the soft tyre. Very impressive from
hell?
KLC. That is an almighty performance.
Oh my god, fair play. Oh, you know what, Craig? You know what's going to happen? We need a drink after all that. To be honest. Oh, that was absolutely intense. With the last 30 seconds.
Sorry to interrupt you there, Malk. I'm actually joined on board with Nitro, who's actually in the gravel. Lost his front wing. I don't know if that's down at Curva Grande or Parabolica. For a moment he lost his front wing, and just as a miracle happened, it reattached itself. So I actually think that's down at Curva Grande. So Nitro had actually had an incident there. Don't know if he was maybe trying to get out of the way or maybe had a bit of standing water, but certainly went off track. But impressive display from Notorious. And again, it just shows you that being on the track at the end when the grip is the most optimum. Yeah, absolutely at the right time. Sets a 1:25.4, 9/10 ahead of anyone. So a very impressive display from Notorious in the Force India. With Nicky in the Renault taking second, with the other Force India, the Giuseppe, in third.
Oh my god, Craig.
But we do have a few drivers out of position, as we do have McLugpy down in 14th, who had stayed on the intermediate tyre, with Nick Thompson also in 15th, and Lance Stroll down in 16th with Sargent as well. So a lot of drivers out of position at the moment.
Yeah, but do you reckon they'll stay on the soft tyre, or do you reckon they'll go super soft?
Well, the top 10 will be stuck with the super soft as well as KLC on the soft. I would imagine out with the top 10 they would go on the soft tyre, choosing the super soft at the end. And I think the drivers out with the top 10 would be hoping for an instant in turn 1 with the leading pack. Certainly if I was in that position, that's what I would be hoping for as well.
Okay, fair dues. I think it's definitely a one-stop race, isn't it, tonight?
It's definitely it's a standard one-stop race with the soft and the super soft tyre.
Yeah. So it'd be interesting to see how these guys can capitalise. I reckon you're going to be right there, Craig. I reckon that the bottom 10 will have softs, but they may prove us wrong.
Yeah, I'm wondering if there might be a few drivers that might risk going on the quicker tyre early, such as Rossi. We do know Rossi is quick. I believe he's in the Sauber tonight, so a big challenge ahead of him tonight. And Sargent also in the McLaren. I think he'll revel with this challenge, looking to have some fun. And as Tom suggested on the comments, he'll enjoy just carving up through tonight's grid. So certainly a challenge for the McLaren driver Sargent tonight, as well as Nick Thompson and Rossi. But also Betrayer, who was unfortunate not to participate in qualification.
Yeah, I think it'll be. Let's have a look at the tyre. From 13th to 20th, they all go for the soft tyre. MJ Coupe is the only one out of the bottom 10 for super softs. That is risking it for a biscuit there.
I don't know if that actually holds as much risk as what we believe. He's in the Mercedes, so he's in the fastest car. And I think it would make sense to go on the fastest tyre. It's fast going, he's been caught up in an incident. He's actually been disqualified from the formation lap. Currently in 7th on the grid, so he'll be looking for a good, strong start in the Ferrari to try and make up for last week's disaster.
Yeah, hopefully everything will be alright.
So as we just come through the final Lesmo, Just coming down towards Ascari, drivers warming up tyres and brakes, preparing for that hard braking zone going into turn 1. Certainly you wouldn't want to outbrake yourself having to go over the curbs, or even worse so, going into the back of the driver ahead and losing a front wing, resulting in an unnecessary early pit stop.
Yeah, you just don't want it to cause, make that one last minute mistake from the drivers there. But fair play to KLC, who was he in the Sauber? Yeah,
he was in the Sauber, and he actually was on the soft tyre, so not the softest compound, and certainly not the hardest, and a very impressive display when you think of the cars round about him and the competition. So certainly a driver worth watching in this race, as well as Betrayer, down in 20th in the Williams car, so he will have strong straight line speed to try and get past his competitors in the the Italian Grand Prix. So as we wait for the drivers to form up on the grid, Notorious will get his underway from P1. The question is, can he capitalise on pole position and turn that pole position into race victory? So as we wait for the race marshal to get us underway, we have 1 red light, 2 red lights, 3 red lights, 4 red lights, 5 red lights as we are go!
MJ Coop's got a drive-through penalty!
Oh, he's jumped the start! And it looks as if there's a Red Bull slate off the tire. There's a Toro Rosso retired in the background. That's Nick Thompson. Disaster. Early on in the race, there's a slight contact between the Force India and the Renault, between the Taurus and Nicky, that allows Giuseppe to come through the outside and actually make the pass. But KLC on the soft tyres moved up to third.
Oh my God, we have got some intensive battles here.
Oh, KLC gets a move done on Nicky, maintains third place, but can he get a good exit as Nicky's coming under pressure from Delange behind in the Haas?
Oh my God! Oh no!
Oh, it looks as early on Delange is struggling with rear end traction in the Haas as JFMUFC also retires from the race. I think he lost it just approaching Lesmo 1.
I think so. We'll find out in a bit. Oh my God, how are we going to keep up with this, Craig?
But Notorious is actually coming under a lot of pressure as he runs wide at the exit of Ascari. That allows Giuseppe to get the better line and traction into the Parabolica, but Notorious will tuck in behind with the slipstream, hoping to get a move down into turn 1.
MJ Coop's moved up to, sorry to interrupt Craig, MJ Coop has moved up to 7th past Nigel Gash, but now Nicky's closing in on KLC. Giuseppe's got a fastest lap of 128.6 now. And Nicky, two in a bed! Come on, please!
Oh, KLC holds the inside line. And he holds Nicky wide. It actually controls the turn in. So good defending from KLC in the slower car early on in the race. Notorious has actually closed the gap down to 1 second as they approach the chicane at the end of Sector 1. But it looks as if KLC and Nicky are continuing the battle, but Delange in the Haas is looking to join in behind.
Oh, Nitro nearly went to the chicane then.
Oh, there was almost a 3-way battle between Core Tactics, Nitro Gash and MJ Coop as they were approaching Lesmo.
We might have, please, let's have a 4 in a bed. We missed it last season. We need it now. Come on! You can do it! Oh, Fastcone has issues. He's actually dropped him down the grid. Dropped him down to 15th. I think that's a loss of the front wing. Or possibly running wide and having an incident with the wall. Oh! Nitro went wide. But with Nicky's moved up to 3rd. No tournament. Oh my God!
Oh, Nitro takes a wider entry into Parabolica, looking to get the better run in MJ Coop.
Oh my God! No, Nicky, KLC! And then we might have Delange coming in!
Oh, Delange has got a great run into turn 1. KLC covers him off on the outside line. Delange moves back out the outside. Nicky and KLC going wheel to wheel round turn 1. Delange. It's a 4-way battle at the moment. Oh! Core Tactics and Delange having a little scrap on the exit of turn 1, but it held up ahead between KLC and Nicky. Oh, it's a four-way battle into the chicane into sector 1. Oh, KLC leads him through. That's a little jump over the curb there, a little corner cut. So it looks as if he actually he missed his braking point slightly.
We might have Sab Nitro and MJ Coupe. Sab who won last week. He's going to have a battle with Nitro in a bit. Oh my God. Oh, you do not do this. Do not leave anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. You are watching one hell of a show here tonight. We've got Nicky closing in on KLC.
We've got a little battle between Betrayer and Fast Going at the back of the grid, just coming out of Ascari. As the battle at the front continues now, the gap between Giuseppe and Notorious up to 2 seconds. But the battle between KLC, Nicky, Delange and Caw continues. But Nitro's actually caught this as well. So Nitro's actually making a move in the Toro Rosso of Caw Tactics. He had a little look on the inside, decided to come back out the outside, but he's going to come under pressure from the Red Bull Sab. Oh, there's a dive from Delange on the inside of Nicky. Goes round the outside. Nicky tries to come outside line. The inside line. Oh, and he misses out, and that allows the Ferrari of Nitro to come through.
Jesus Christ. We got Sam moving up to 7th now. Goes in on Nitro. Oh, sector 3. Yellow flags. We're not sure what's happened there, but we'll come back after. Mike! No! Oh my God. Oh my God, I don't know what I'm saying next. Oh, this is unbelievable. No, Nitro moved on to 6th. And Craig will be thinking, what the hell am I on about after? This is unbelievable.
I've just noticed the increase in the pitch of your voice, that was all. But the battle between Sab and Nitro and Caw continues. Caw Tactics currently in 5th, half a second down in Nicky with Nitro Gas a second behind. Delange 5/10 of a second behind Sab after running wide at turn 1, but that's allowed the Williams of Mike, who's currently fighting Lance Stroll, and 10th to come into this train as well. So it's a train from 4th to 10th. Effectively.
Yeah. Oh my God, Pascal. Spud. Oh, we might have a 2 in a bed. Oh my God.
Oh, just to jump at the head there, Malk. KLC actually overtook Nicky and DRS. Nicky moving to the outside, trying to go round the outside in turn 1, but KLC covers him off. That's allowing Caw Tactics to close up the gap between Nicky and KLC. Oh, and there's a Ferrari off track at turn 1. That looks to be Nitro Gas.
Nitro and Sab. I didn't see that. Did you caught that?
I didn't catch it. I actually saw it in the background that the Ferrari had actually went off track.
Go on, Nicky. On the chicane. Oh my God, closing in on KFC now. Well, Giuseppe and Notorious are gone away. KLC, Nicky and Caw will have their own battles going on. But we might see some more from Spud. Spud and Pascal.
Well, Lance Stroll's actually all over the back of Mike coming down to a scat. He's actually doing well in the McLaren, holding on to that Williams slightly ahead. And Mike will certainly be feeling the pressure early on in the race. But the three-way battle between KLC, Nicky and Caw continues. Nicky trying to go up the inside of Parabolica, but actually just missed his braking point, throws him wide. That allows Caw Tactics to try and make a move in the inside. Caw Tactics tucking in behind to get the slipstream coming down. Oh, can he get close enough? He's got... Yeah, the problem is that Nicky's actually got DRS off KLC as well. So it's actually neutralising Caw Tactics' DRS going into turn 1. He's going to have to try and get a dive ball move into the chicane.
We'll have to do it that quick. We don't know what's going to happen here. I'll tell you what, this is intense moments here, Craig, and I'll tell you what, we all love it, don't we?
I'll tell you how intense this is. I don't think I've actually blinked from the start of the race. There's that much going on at the moment. As Fast Going gets himself back up to 9th, he's 1.1 seconds behind Lance Stroll, currently fighting for 7th with Mike, so that could possibly be a four-way battle with Spud slightly behind. And Sargent less than 1 second as well in 11th, with Betrayer following closely behind in 12th.
Just watching Spud and Sargent with Betrayer coming up now.
Oh, Nicky has a little look in the inside, approaching Parabolica, trying to make KLC go defensive. He goes to the outside, KLC tries to cover him off. Nicky trying to go round the outside of Parabolica, but thinks better of it and backs out.
Lance Stroll closing in on Mike. We might have a turn a bit. No.
Oh, contact! He looks to have just run into the back of Nicky. There's certainly front wing damage. Nicky waits and allows Contactics by. I don't know. I don't know how that's happened, but that's actually ruined Nicky's race.
But Lance Stroll, he's just gone and overtook Vascone. What a move! This is intense.
Yeah, certainly Lance Stroll wasn't sleeping there. He actually took advantage of people maybe just getting caught up in that incident too much, but he certainly utilised that opportunity, and he's got himself up to 8th.
He has. We have got quite a few cars within about 3 seconds of each other. I think. Might be wrong. We'll find out in a bit. Got Stroll collapsed in on Pascal now. And
although Nicky does have significant front wing damage, which will result in an early pit stop, I don't think it will compromise his race as bad as if it happened early on the race. Oh, there's contact!
Lance Stroll?
Yeah, just ran into the rear of Vascone coming through Ascari. But it looks as if there's...
God.
I can't even count the amount of cars that are actually piled up in the midfield. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's an 8-way battle. It's an 8-way battle from 6th down to 14th.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Here we go. This is... No. Oh, Pascal's moved up to 4th. Oh, what a move. Nicky's gone wide, but Spud has moved on to 6th, as well as Sarge.
Yeah, Nicky tried to take the inside line, he lost out in 2 positions, came back over and tried to defend against the Williams of Betrayer in Nitro. Oh, mate.
Oh! I saw Nitro, saw the gap there from him and Betrayer then, but no. Oh my God. Oh, I am sorry to keep repeating on that one, Craig, but this is absolutely fantastic racing tonight.
After an unfortunate start in the race, Vascone has actually got himself back up to 4th place, 4.3 seconds behind the Lange, currently in 3rd with the Haas, with KLC in 2nd. And the Sauber on the soft tyre looking to go along, but Nicky. Giuseppe is just opening up the gap. 12.5 seconds at the moment.
Nicky's moved up to 7th. Sarge just dropped right down to 8th now. But he might have the DRS straight.
Yeah, I think you'll see the McLaren driver tuck just behind the Renault, get him to pull him along the start-finish straight into turn 1, hoping to keep himself safe from Betrayer behind, as well as Nitro Gash in the Ferrari.
Yeah, we've got a 4-way battle here.
Oh, Nicky just having a little look on the inside of the Red Bull ahead, but Sir Spud manages to keep a hold of 6th place.
Spud's doing everything he could to hold on to 6th, but Nicky, Sargent, on his debut race tonight in his first ever season of the Performance League, for a while actually, and he's in 8th at the minute, so fantastic drive from him so far.
I'm actually surprised to see, Malk, that there is some drivers on the medium tyre. I don't think it's the most effective tyre around Windsor. It could be that they're struggling to get the temperature into the softer compounds, but at this point in the race I would have expected the drivers to win on the soft tyre. So Notorious hoping that the medium tyre will preserve his overall race pace, as well as Rossi. Rossi's actually trying to do something different, as well as Saab and Mackers.
I'm still watching Nicky Sargent with Spud as well, so we might have Nicky Sargent battling out. Delange has pitted and Giuseppe's pitted.
Well, Core Tactics, after his pit stops, found himself behind the Sauber of Rossi just at the exit of Ascari. Core Tactics on the soft tyre, he will be quicker with the Toro Rosso, and I think he'll probably wait for the DRS after Parabolica, hoping to get the move done ahead into turn 1.
Yeah, hopefully on that one there. Just watching Core and Rossi now. Core should have the DRS. Here we go.
Yeah, Core was unfortunate earlier on with the incident when Nicky just received front wing damage, so it would have meant that he'd have had to receive a longer pit stop than expected. Struggling to get past Ross in turn 1. He'll be hoping to get it done before the chicane, because he actually has a Mercedes closing up behind of MJ Coupe with Saab. So Giuseppe is pitted also, and he's also went on the medium tyre. I'm really surprised to see some of the drivers going for the medium tyre compound rather than the crossover to the soft.
Yeah,
so that could develop the battle between Giuseppe and Notorious on the same compound again.
Yeah. It could be whatever happens here, but Fasco's pitted, as well as Nicky's pitted as well. So I think it's too early for softs.
No, actually I pitted on lap 11 for the soft in practice, and the soft tyre will get you to the end of the race from lap 11 onwards, but it'll be interesting to see how far KLC takes the soft tyre. Last evening on the No Assist League I took them to lap 17 and went on the super softs for the last 10 laps of the race, so he'll be looking to open up the gap between himself and Mike, but Mike's also coming under pressure from Spud slightly behind. But also Giuseppe's hot on the heels of Spud, the gap 0.8 of a second.
The two Ferraris side by side.
That's a little wheel bang onto the gravel. So some good hard racing between Ferrari drivers Nitrogash and Fascone, but Nicky will be hoping that battle intensifies, because he's currently 5/10 down on both Ferraris, looking to get the jump on them. Impressive driving though from Betrayer, who'd started at the back of the grid, up in 6th, yet to pit, 9/10 down in Sargent in 5th.
Yeah. Giuseppe's got the fastest up at 125.1.
Yeah, and he's right behind Spud, DRS open, looking to the inside of turn 1. He's just too far behind for Spud. That wily old fox, he'll be defending like mad ahead in the cockpit of the Red Bull.
MJ Coupe's moved up to 12th now. Core Tactics, here we go. We might have a two in a bed. Please. Oh no, the Mercedes power is just pulling a little bit away. Core Tactics thought he would have had a little bit of pressure there, but
yeah, certainly being down on power, he's going to have to get the move done under braking or failing that with the DRS. But Sargent could come under pressure from the Williams driver Betrayer as we come out of Lesmos, coming down to Ascari on the back straight. The Mercedes powered Williams car will be settling mighty against Sargent's McLaren, but Sargent remains ahead of Ascari. Betrayer will be trying his utmost to get past Sargent at this stage in the race.
Yeah. Spud's closing in on Mike at the minute. We've got yellow flags on sector 2. I'm not sure where though.
Yeah, slight traffic ahead of Spud at the moment with the McLaren. Try to chase down the Williams of Mike.
Oh no, two in a bed? No.
Betrayer's struggling to get this move done as we come up to turn 1. As we approach Curve Grande, ex-Rossi receives a 10-second corner cutting penalty from race control.
Yeah. And 5-second stop-go penalty for Rossi on there. I'm sorry if you already said that, Craig.
It was just a 10-second penalty. I didn't actually notice it had a stop-go. So Nicky currently behind fast going as we approach Curvy Grande. The gap down to 4/10 of a second. But MJ Coupe and Tactics continue their battle as Rossi retires on track. He's actually took it into the pits for retirement from the race. So I think he was really struggling with the Sauber this evening, and they've definitely decided to save engine power and save the miles on that. As Nicky gets a move done on fast going.
Spud, come on, come on. He's on third now. He's closing in on Mike. He's doing really well, Spud, on the soft tyre here. But do you think Mike's struggling at the minute? Spud's pitting?
Yeah, he certainly started on the soft tyre, so he could be looking to go on the super softs. But that's going to allow Giuseppe to have a free run at Mike. Giuseppe already pitted, Mike yet to pit, as well as KLC. So Giuseppe's currently 4.6 seconds behind KLC, the race leader. So Giuseppe still in with a strong chance of taking the race win, but Sargent currently behind Giuseppe by 5 seconds, yet to pit as well, I believe. But still coming under pressure from Betrayer, 3/10 down. Betrayer still struggling to get the move done in the McLaren driver Sargent.
Yeah, we might have. I mean, I tell you what, Craig. I don't know what I'm saying here, but Sarge is doing well in fourth. Betrayer, as you said, from last to fifth at the minute. That is a great drive from him as well.
Just a comment from Rossi, reported that he was blocked in qualifying. He felt he could have had the top 5 easily, and then he gets spun in lap 1, which broke his wing and effectively ruled him out of this race. So not a lucky race tonight for Rossi.
No. We might have Betrayer and Notorious closing in on Sargent now.
Yeah, Notorious really needs to get this move done if he wants to start chasing down Giuseppe. He can't lose too much time with Betrayer and Sargent, who have yet to pit. So, as we say that, Betrayer does go into the pits. Sargent stays out, so Sargent going longer. He's trying to get the overcut done on Betrayer. So Notorious is going to have to get this move done as quick as possible. Oh, he outbreaks himself! And almost runs into the back of the McLaren, certainly panicking the cockpit of the Force India. And he'll be relieved that he got through that turn unscathed. Spud after his pits did go for the medium tyre up to 9th, with Nicky slightly ahead, 1.6 seconds the gap.
Yeah. Just checking to see if there's any other action going on. The only one that's a couple of closest ones are Notorious within 7/10, and Pascone and Betrayer within a second.
Yeah, we're just at that stage of the race with all the strategies getting played out now. Once we do have all the pit stops completed, that we'll have a final sprint to the end of the race, and we'll certainly see where the cars are on track in relation to themselves once the strategies play out. But Mike's closed down KLC, the gap 9/10 of a second, so Mike can sense the lead of the race at this stage on lap 15, but he's coming under pressure from Giuseppe. But I believe Mike is pitted, so that is his one pit stop. He will go into the soft tyre, and that allows Giuseppe to go and have a go at KLC for the race lead. The gap 1.6 seconds, but the Force India will catch the KLC ahead very quickly.
Oh, Notorious!
Oh, Notorious tries to make a move to the inside of Sargent. Sargent covers off the inside line. They're going to go wheel to wheel in Curvy Grande as they approach the chicane. Notorious has the outside line. Can McLaren driver get ahead enough just to hold off the inside line? But it looks as if the Force Indians get slightly ahead as we approach the chicane. So Notorious getting the move done as soon as possible. The gap 8.4 seconds, and they'll be looking to close down Giuseppe with a passion. So after his pit stop, Mike now comes out on 8th, but he is on the super soft tyre, so the quicker tyre of his competitors ahead. So he has got a distinct advantage, certainly against the Renault of Nicky, 1.1 seconds ahead of him.
Yeah, we're just watching Sargent and Notorious at the minute. Oh my God. KLC's pitted.
Yeah, but he's also received a 5-second stop-go penalty, sped in the pit lane. So that's a disaster for KLC. And that allows Notorious to come through. Yep, you're right, Mark. Sargent does come into the pits, but Delange will move up to third. Where's Nitro in relation? So he's going to lose out to Nitro after that stop-go, and possibly Nicky. Yep, Nicky's actually got the pace on him, but the Williams of Mike coming at speed behind KLC's exits the pit lane, but I think KLC made the turn just ahead. Yeah, he does. And he is on the super soft tyre. So Mike does have the advantage of the power of the Williams, but Nicky could come under pressure from KLC.
Yeah. Sorry about that, Craig. We're just going to watch KLC closing in on Nicky now.
Yeah, so it's going to certainly be round 2 between Nicky and KLC on lap 17 of the Italian Grand Prix. But I certainly should mention Nitrogash, after being off track at turn 1, he's managed to get himself back up to 4th, 4.2 seconds behind Delange.
Okay. Nicky's got a 3-second time penalty because of Ascari.
Yeah, I don't know if he was maybe just trying to take a wider line to avoid contact with KLC, but he's certainly picked up the time penalty there. Mike currently 1 second behind Nicky, just out with DRS activation zone, but Nicky will be looking to get that position back from KLC. He should have the greater straight line speed, but KLC's actually on the harder and the fresher tyre compound. Whoa! I don't know if that was possibly a late defensive move. I'm just trying to catch that on the replay. It looked as if KLC made the move to go defensive, stopped momentarily, and then moved to the outside again when he saw Nicky try to come round the outside. So we'll certainly need to see that from Nicky's point of view to see how close that was.
Just watching MJ Coupe closing in on Spud, but that was really unlucky from Nicky. I don't know if did you see any contact or anything like that?
I didn't see any contact because I was actually had the viewpoint from turn 1. Yeah, I think we'll wait and see what Nicky says from that.
Oh, sorry, Craig. KLC just nudged into Nitro, not intentionally, but tried to get past him. But KLC's gone way wide, and now it's pulled up for Nitro's pitted. KLC's got a fastest lap of 1:24.7. I'm not sure what happened to Nitro, but we'll have to find out after the race. But we've got MJ Coupe closing in on Spud. Oh, late! I have to give that. Yeah, he was going to say. MJ Coupe lost his brake point, and that's what's happened. That's my fault. Oh, we have some confirmation, Craig, just coming in. Nicky has said that was my fault. So I don't know what exactly happened, but he's just confirmed it.
Well, we do know that Nicky does run no assists, so it could have been a loss of rear traction as he was making a move to the outside of KLC. So thanks Nicky for that update, and we really appreciate that. So MJ Coupe currently sitting in 7th at the moment, half a second down, so Spud slightly ahead, but he is on the quicker tyre compound. So as things stand at the moment, Giuseppe leads with a 10.5 second gap to Notorious, with Delange currently in 3rd, but KLC after the stop go penalty is currently sitting 4th, 3.5 seconds down in Delange, with Mike up to 5th. But you were going to mention Sargent there, Malk.
Yeah, sorry. Sargent is closing in on Saab for 10th place, and he's coming up past the last corner now, past Parabolica, into the long straight now.
Yeah, Sargent should have DRS. That'll allow him to get closer to Saab in the Red Bull ahead. But I don't think he'll get him close enough to make a move into turn 1. But Sargent, I'm sure, will tuck into the slipstream of the Red Bull to get a pull round Curva Grande, possibly making a move into the chicane. Betrayer currently chasing down MJ Coupe ahead. The gap now 9/10 of a second.
Yeah, I think we'll keep within 4/10 between Saab and Sargent. Giuseppe Notorious are doing a fantastic race so far for the Force India cars at the minute tonight.
Yeah, it's certainly been a strong race for the Force India team tonight. Very impressive display.
Sarge should have DRS. Here we go. Here we go.
Yeah, can Sargent get himself into the points in his very first Invictus Formula 1 Performance League race? Oh, he'll certainly be hoping to make up for it for last night.
We might have a couple of cars battling out for 6th, because MJ Coupe's in 7th with the soft tyre, Betrayer's in the super soft in 8th, catching up to Spud, who's in 6th at the minute.
Well, I'm just staying on board with this battle between Saab and Sargent at the moment as we approach turn 1. Sargent again does have DRS. His Nitro gas sets the fastest lap, 1:23.8. Very impressive from the Ferrari driver.
Kelsey's got 3 second time.
Oh, sorry to interrupt there, Matt, but Betrayer is all over the back of MJ Coupe as we come through the chicane. Now approaching Lesmo's the gap, 3/10 of a second, but MJ Coupe is slightly ahead of him of 4/10. So a possible 4-way battle for 6th, as you were saying earlier on.
Yeah. Oh my God, sorry about that. Sorry to interrupt there, Craig. I was just saw Saab and Sargent were battling out with each other. But it looks like Betrayer has done his move.
Yeah, he's got the move done on the exit of Lesmo 2 on MJ Coupe, and he's looking to chase down Sir Spud again for that 6th place.
But we might see Sargent's car, the McLaren. I bet he wishes he had Red Bull to give him wings here, or give him a little bit of a boost here. Just
or even the 2018 Renault engine. So, yes. But the thing is, he's closer than he has been for a while behind Saab. We'll be looking for a good exit out of Parabolica. The gap is 2/10 of a second, and he's closer than he's ever been. He will have DRS. Can he get close enough? Will he make the move to the outside or the inside? He's having a little shimmy just to see what way Saab will go. He's right up the gearbox of Saab. He goes to the outside, but he will have the inside of the second part of the chicane. I think there was slight contact. I don't think there's too much damage, but Sargent's going to have to be careful because Nitro's coming closer and the Ferrari behind.
Yeah, I was just about to say that, Craig. Well, them two having a good battle. Nitro's thinking, I'm going to have this. I'm going to get a nick 10th here. Oh, Nitro.
Oh, Nitro and Sargent going really well in the exit of the chicane. Sargent just edged it slightly, but Nitro was picking up the gravel from the turn exit. And as we're talking about that, Betrayer's actually all over the back of Sir Spud as we continue the battle for 6th place as the exit of Viscari.
Nitro's overtook Sarge now.
Yeah, so we can see. Oh, Sargent runs wide at the exit of Viscari, picks up the gravel, but manages to keep the car on the track. So we're going to see the battle between Ferrari and Red Bull for the last championship points of the race. So they're going to see a battle between Saab and Nitro. And I feel a question coming.
Yeah. Question. Will Nitro beat Saab for the last place?
Well, there you go.
Okay, that's a solid answer on that one.
Yeah, certainly used DRS, and of course he's on the super soft tyre compared to Saab on the medium, so certainly utilising the tools at his disposal to take the final point of that championship race. We've got 4 laps remaining. I think it's a big ask to try and catch Fascono's 8.8 seconds ahead. But as we mentioned, that the battle is continuing between Spud and Betrayer as we have the run down to Ascari. Betrayer does have DRS. Will he make a move for the inside? He sees a gap opening up. Oh, he thinks better of it. Certainly doesn't want to risk it, but he's got a good exit coming out of Ascari. The Red Bull just clips the curb, but MJ Coop's wanting a piece of this as well. So Betrayer on the outside of the entry of Parabolica, but MJ Coop's just tucking in behind as well.
But I'm watching from MJ Coop's side here. Oh my God!
But Betrayer has to be very mindful here, because I think he'll be the car without DRS. As MJ Coop makes a move to the outside, goes round Sir Spud. Sir Spud holding the inside line. He's going to let MJ Coop in. Betrayer battles. MJ Coop rides the curb, loses the rear of the car slightly, and that will compromise his exit from the corner.
Yeah. Sorry, Craig. I just heard it was MJ Cap.
MJ
Cap. Next,
it's just my accent. But we have to jump to the front of near front of the grid, Mark. Mike is putting pressure under KLC for 4th. The gap's 7/10 of a second.
Sarge and Sab. Oh my God, this is intense. Oh, come on, Sarge. You can do it. Here we go. Can Sarge in the McLaren close in on the Red Bull? He definitely needs that Renault engine. He wish he had it now, but he can't. I'm going to go back into Sir Spud now. While Craig is having a drink and having a breather, I'm going to see on the last few corners now. Spud closing in on MJ Coop. Core Tactics has got a 3-second time penalty, and I'll probably need a break in a bit. Oh my God. I
was just catching up with Nicky, just getting feedback from his incident. It looked as if he'd pulled the wheel too aggressively, which resulted in him losing rear traction and caused the spin and eventual retirement from the Italian Grand Prix. But Mike is continuing to chase down KLC ahead. The gap 4/10 of a second as we come into the chicane at the end of sector 1, approaching the Lesmos. Mike's close enough to get DRS down the back straight as a run down to Ascari. Can he get close enough to make a move? But I think KLC is on the fresher tyre, so that will give a slight advantage, and I think at this stage of the race he's going to need all the advantage he can get.
I'm watching Spud. He's thinking to himself, this Red Bull hasn't got that long, the straight line speed, but he'll be kicking himself thinking, what can I need to do to beat MJ Coop? He can do it in the corners, but not the long straights, because obviously the Mercedes power. But look at back, you've got Fascone coming up. So we might have a last 2-lap battle.
Oh, sorry to interrupt, Mike makes a move round the outside into turn 1. KLC stays ahead under braking, but that's the closest that Mike's got to overtaking KLC at the moment. We are in the penultimate lap of the Italian Grand Prix. We're in lap 26 as we continue the run down through Curva Grande. Mike still slightly behind KLC, but there's only going to be limited opportunities left for Mike to try the overtake.
Yeah, same for Spud to try and overtake MJ Coop. I don't know if there's any penalty situations. I know there's loads, but as you can see,
I don't recall KLC or Mike receiving any time penalties apart from KLC's stop-go penalty for speeding in the pit lane. But as things stand at the moment, the Force India is in a strong position, and KLC does receive a time penalty, so Mike just has to keep it clean. I don't think Mike's got any time penalties, so Mike just has to keep it clean, and within the 3-second barrier of KLC slightly ahead. The gap's 7/10 at the moment. Mike just, if he's sensible and doesn't risk a move, then certainly should comfortably claim 4th place. But as I was saying, that the Force India is certainly in a commanding position as we enter the final lap of the race. Giuseppe looks to claim the race win, with Notorious taking second from starting from pole position, with Delange in the Haas taking third.
Mike has to do something here on the last lap of the Italian Grand Prix.
Well, that's the thing, Malk. I don't know if he does. If he doesn't have a penalty, he doesn't need to risk the overtake. If he does risk the penalty, the overtake, then I think that is an indication that he does have a penalty. So he could actually inherit 4th place after time penalties are applied.
Yeah, looked like it was probably away then. But Fasco closing in on Spud. I'm just going to go back into Giuseppe. Giuseppe has won the Italian Grand Prix. Congratulations to Giuseppe. And Notorious will confirm second. Delange gets confirmed third, if obviously with penalties. Nitrogas has got a 3-second time penalty.
But the question is, as we come round Parabolica for the final time, does Mike have any time penalties? Can he take 4th? Or will KLC hold on? It doesn't. Mike actually takes 4th place, but KLC, because his time penalties, also loses. It goes down to 7th. So Betrayer takes 5th after starting 20th, with Sir Spud on 6th. KLC after time penalties drops to 7th. Fascone takes 8th. MJ Coupe after a few incidents will take 9th, with Nitrogas taking the final championship point of the race. Sargent takes 11th. Kotak takes 12th. Saab, last week's race winner, will take 13th. Lance Stroll will take 14th, with Mackers completing the grid in 15th. Mal, a quick one. Who is your driver of the day?
Driver of the day? I'm going to say Betrayer.
I would agree.
Because he started from the back, right at the back, and to get to, was it 5th? Yeah?
Yep, fifth position. So a 15 position improvement on tonight's race. So very impressive. As Giuseppe takes the top step of the podium, joined with his teammate Notorious and the fellow Force India and Delange, who takes third. So another explosive and entertaining race in Italy from the Performance League. Your final thoughts before we round up this evening?
Where do I start, Craig? Where do I start? Absolutely fantastic racing. Some wheel banging and a couple of two-in-a-beds. We'll never forget. And it's just intense and just been a fantastic race. How about you, Craig?
I think that's the first time that we've seen an 8-in-the-bed scenario. So another explosive race. Looking forward to next week's race in Austin, Texas. So we certainly hope that you join us next week for the USA Grand Prix at the Circuit of the Americas. I just want to say thank you for everyone who joined us tonight in the live stream, and thank you as always for your comments. We certainly appreciate the interaction and feedback from your viewing. And we certainly hope to see you next week. And a big thank you and a good night from myself.
And good night from me. Stay classy, guys. Stay classy. Cheers for that, guys. See you later.